Chinnamasta is a goddess who has cut her own head with her own hand.
Yeah.
So imagine this is a form of a goddess, who's standing there with a sword in one hand and her severed head in the other hand.
And she's the same that drinks her own blood.
Yes. So the blood that's the sprouts of the three sprouts of blood that are emanating from her neck. One of them, the central one, goes into her own mouth.
Wow.
And there's two sprouts that are going to the mouths of her associates who are standing right next to her.
Okay, now I understand why you felt confused.
And the first time I saw it, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, so much violence, so much, blood emanating from the neck and somebody drinking that blood. You find it difficult to understand as a form of God.
Yeah.
You hear about demons, you hear about vampires drinking blood and all, but why would there be a depiction of God in that sense, right? And that's where, the judgment comes. We do not understand, so we judge.
Exactly.
And, there's immediately the judgment, no, this is not a right way to show God, right? The first reaction to seeing an image like this is, no, this is not correct.
Yeah,
this cannot be correct. How can this be a way to show God? How can this come from our scriptures? If it is, then, I'm doubting the scriptures. Those kind of judgments come into your head because you do not understand what it is trying to show. It's a very profound depiction. It is such a beautiful depiction, and when you understand it, you're like, I'm the biggest fool in this world, that I have to tell me because
now I'm just waiting for what's the explanation for that one.
So, see, the way she is depicted, Chinnamasta means, the one with the cut head. And the way she's depicted is that she is cutting her own head. So, this is a person who is... It's not someone else who's attacked her, right? She herself, willingly, voluntarily, is removing her head. And your head signifies your ego.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. It's your identity. When we talk about ourselves, you basically, you don't realize, but you're talking about your face. Your head. You say my arm, my this, but when you think of yourself, you think of this face.
Yeah.
Right? When you imagine yourself in your mind, who are you? You'll think of your face. Right? Your face is your ego, your identity. So this is a sadhak, or it's leading you, into a stage where you remove your ego. You have to cut your ego yourself. You have to decapitate yourself. Not in physical terms, but in spiritual terms. Your ego has to be destroyed for you to join with God. You are not a separate entity anymore. You just go with the flow now. That is the first significance, of that depiction. Secondly, she's standing on top of a love-making couple.
Yeah.
Which is Cupid, the Indian god known as Kamdev. In the, Indo-European sense, it's Cupid. But he and his wife are, they're lying down, actually copulating.
Okay.
And she's standing on top of them.
Wow.
With a severed head.
Yeah.
So there is a cycle of creation and destruction, which is always happening.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they are creating below and she's destroying it above. And this cycle will continue. This is the cycle of this world.